get this fish? Okay. This should be good. Okay.
All right. Hello, my name is Brendan Arns.
Hi, Hannah. Nice to meet
It's
you.
nice to meet you. So I work with RMARC. We are a global provider of food, facilities, and uniform services. And so I set up this meeting because I came to, my friend Samantha Garcia told me that you guys have interest in providing your own scrubs instead of having the nurses supply it for themselves.
Yes.
I know. I see that's a tech diploma on your wall. So you went to tech?
Yes, I'm a fellow Red Raider. I graduated a couple years ago. When did you graduate?
Just last year, actually.
Okay, cool. Did you see their last basketball season?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I know, right? It was crazy. Good day to be a Raider fan, though.
Definitely. Pretty much I'm just going to ask you some questions and take some notes if that's all right with you.
Okay.
So the first question I have is just basically how many scrub wearing employees do you guys have?
So we're gonna have about 200. We need it for 4 days a week, but that's kind of a rough estimate for now.
Okay. And so what exactly are you guys looking for in your pair of scrubs?
We are looking for just like, a certain one color per day, just so like we can look kind of uniform. I mean, we don't specifically need to have the logo on there, but I do want people to be able to determine like who works there and who doesn't.
Okay, I see. That makes perfect sense. So the next one, so that's basically the expectations of the scrubs. What is the reasoning you guys are deciding to transition to supplying instead of having the nurses do their own?
The reasoning is I feel like it'll just be a lot easier and take a lot of stress off the nurses too. At the end of the day, they can go to work, give us the scrubs so we can dispose of them properly to get them clean for them. And each day they can come in and they can have a new pair. It'll just be a lot easier overall. I think it'll be a lot like more of a stress-free process for them. And since we're providing them, they won't have to go out of their way to purchase their own.
Okay. How often are you guys having to replace your scrubs at the moment?
The moment, I think they're having to replace them every couple months or so that can add up quickly for the nurses' expenses, whereas now the hospital is looking to expense that for them.
Yes, okay. How concerned are you guys with the budget then on that cost of?
We're pretty flexible, I'd say. We don't really want to go over about $5,000 a month, but it really just varies. I'd have to talk to some of my higher ups for that, but we can definitely talk about that later on.
Awesome. And so my last one, I guess, or two more. How important is the customer service to you guys?
Customer service is extremely important to us. We have met with people before where we felt like they were not reliable or provided good customer service, and that's super important to us whenever we're choosing a partnership to move forward with.
And what is your guys' cleaning and sanitizing process that you'll use right now for the scrubs?
Currently, it's kind of all over the place. We don't have like a set supplier, but we do require the nurses to change before leaving to go home because we don't want them taking home their uniforms, to spread germs or anything.
Okay. And so you said you guys look for loyalty, reliability, all of that in a partnering company.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess, or what is the most important characteristic you would say out of those two?
Definitely reliability, because we need to have those deliveries each week and picked up so they can be sanitized, disposed of properly.
Awesome. And okay, so what are any issues that you guys are currently facing due to the nurse supplying their own scrubs, or is there a main problem that is leading to this consideration?
I wouldn't say there's a ton of issues behind it. Sometimes it is a little more difficult that I feel like they aren't super like uniform because they can choose what they want to wear. And there's also the fear of, like, are they wearing like a fresh set every day? And I know it is costly for some nurses, so I think the hospital choosing to expense this for them is definitely going to be more beneficial towards them.
Okay, so I guess let me tell you a little bit, I guess, of our company and what we do. So RMARC, we would supply the scrubs to you guys and then as well pick them up and continue to sanitize them weekly for the 4 that you need per week per nurse.
So each week y'all will come pick them up from the hospital?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect.
And so then the 5-step process that we use is pick up, starts with the trained personnel and labeled containers, just so that we have them in order and know which ones are cleaned and what needs to be sanitized a certain way.
Okay, and those will be provided to the hospital so we can put each scrubs
ma'am.
into each bin? Okay.
And then so the next one is safety first pre-wash process, and this is where the facility personnel wear personal protective equipment while handling and sorting, so that ourselves and our employees do not get any type of germs or whatever the hospital is bringing into our company.
Okay.
The third is the actual sanitized wash, and this is a feature that Advocare and EPA registered product, and it also does meet CDC guidelines for healthcare
Perfect. That was
laundry.
actually my next question about the CDC guidelines.
And number 4 is just the finishing touches to add quality. This is where our systemized multi-check grouping coding assures fast and accurate deliveries, and which leads to the number 5, which is RMark delivering your new sanitized scrubs to the hospital.
Perfect. So everything will be dropped off basically at our front door. We don't have to go out of the way, which we really need something like that.
Yes, and this would also be at a price of, like you said, $5,000 a month for 4 scrubs per person a week, which is your 200 that you would need.
Perfect. That's
and
actually
cleaning weekly.
That's great. That's definitely within our price range. That's exactly what we were looking for to not go over.
And so my next thing to do would just be like as you said, we can ensure that the nurses and other employees will love our comfortable scrubs as well as look professional by having matching, even if it doesn't have a logo, just being match. And
Yes.
that's about it. And then so what do you think that RMark needs to do in order to receive your business and make it our mission in providing you these comfortable and professional scrubs?
I definitely think in order for RMark to have our business, we just need that reliability. And previously, before, we just have dealt with some not great suppliers. So that's definitely just one of the issues we need is reliability. Because before we've dealt with people who were never on time with the deliveries, and that's obviously an issue for the hospital.
Okay, so with your main objection being reliability, I could say that my main goal would be to make sure that every day I'm taking care of the hospital and having y'all as like a top client. Any need that you guys have, I'll be there to fulfill.
Perfect.
So basically, with that said, I believe RMark would be a perfect fit to fulfill the needs of the Grace Clinic, and with our goal of giving you guys professional and comfortable scrubs, as well as sanitizing weekly to ensure that the germs aren't getting spread wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And so would you say, I guess, today that you could give me a verbal of that we are closing this sale?
Well, I do have one objection, kind of reservation moving forward. Is the only thing is, it's not so much an issue for me, but from some of my staff, my employees like to be able to pick their scrubs weekly.
Okay, yes, for that we could, since we do offer different colors in our packages and stuff, so you could have all the nurses in the hospital come together and decide maybe what they do choose or what they
Perfect,
want
okay.
to
And
wear.
so we can get different colors for each day potentially.
Yes.
Is there a large variety of it, or?
Yes, we do. We have a pretty good size variety of maybe 5 different colors, and then so where if that could reach through your 4-day week
Okay.
schedule.
Perfect. That was really only my reservation that I had.
Awesome. So pretty much, I just want to thank you again for letting me or take the time to make this meeting at the hospital,
Of
and
course.
I'll definitely take care of the hospital very well. And I want to mention also, though, after we leave today, that I'll also send maybe a follow-up email just
Yes.
highlighting any details or questions that you have regarding our products or services.
Okay, perfect. And I will definitely get everything in line and get to talk with my higher ups too. So whenever the email comes, we can go over the contracts and everything and get that taken care of.
Awesome. Well, that sounds very great. You have a pretty good day.
Thank you. It was nice
Thank
to
you.
meet you.